Hi, this is a video response for AA Junior, aka David. David, one of my favorite names because my new nephew, who was born on Christmas Day, has the name David. So, hello. I wanted to answer your question regarding do people really know what they're saying, and should all people be treated equally? Well, of course all people should be treated equally. We're all born with the same exact needs. Different personalities in place, of course, therefore making some of our needs different, but basically we all need to feel loved and accepted unconditionally. And whether you're gay, straight, no matter what race you are, what religious background, or something that I think is kind of overlooked a lot of times is people with weight issues. And I'm not, wanting to get on some, tangent or anything, and if I do, I apologize. But from the time, at least in America, I don't know if it's like that everywhere, but I mean, all we see on television is Jenny Craig and Nutrisystem and Metafest and all these different ways to lose weight, and how everybody went from being a size 12 or 16 to a size 6, basically a size 12 and a size 16 these days in America, with as is normal. I can't say that it's healthy. Who am I to say? But I'm about a size 18. I'm 5 foot tall, and I have to admit, I do believe that for a girl of my size, I carry my weight well. I'm proportioned in a fashion that I feel somewhat comfortable with, though I do harp on the fact that I'm overweight quite a bit, and people will often say, don't harp on it, do something about it. Well, of course, is it who I am? Is Oprah supposed to be fat? Because Oprah has to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and go on the treadmill and really, really work hard at being a smaller person. And with a lot of things going on in life, working on being a smaller person isn't always priority. But anyway, my point. I don't think people even realize sometimes that they're making comments regarding a person's weight. I have a very favorite YouTuber that I watch, and I love him completely. And he's funny, and I laugh completely through his whole videos, and he brings me joy. If I'm in a bad mood, I can watch him, and he just makes me laugh. But the other day, he put on a video where he was mentioning serving overweight people who come to his place of employment and order, and these overweight people saying they want non-fat, reduced fat, sugar-free vanilla lattes with whip, and he's saying that's not healthy. If that person were skinny, or if that person were not overweight, would you be making a judgment from the other side of the counter that they should not be having a diet drink, or that they should eat carrot sticks instead, or that it's not a healthy meal? If the person, were not overweight, would you be making a joke about it on YouTube, telling them to go eat carrot sticks? I don't think so. And it didn't offend me, to the point of, oh, he's, he just made fun of fat people. It made me realize that even this popular person, is judging people who are overweight and saying, geez, oh my God, they're out here at the bookstore, and why aren't they ordering water, or why aren't they drinking bottled water? Why are they ordering this unhealthy drink with no calories? So if I was 100 pounds and came up to you and I ordered that, you would think, well, you don't need that. You're skinny. You don't need to have this low cal, non-fat, reduced fat, sugar-free vanilla latte with whip. have a brownie. Here, have a full calorie drink. So, who is making us so incredibly weight conscious? Is it those second graders who called us fatso and roly-poly, and my last name was Boyer, and they'd say, Tammy Boy, you're fat, and different things like that. This stuff goes with you for life. For life, man. You never get over. When I was 18, 19, I got down to about 95 pounds. And when I looked in the mirror, I didn't even realize that I was small because of what the things people said to me when I was younger. And now I can chat with my aunt on Yahoo, and she'll be making her comments, please eat healthy, please, and people are saying this to you thinking that they're saying things to you that are making you feel as if you care about them. If I would say to her, please eat healthy, she's not 50 pounds overweight. If I tell her to eat healthy, I don't think I would do that. When somebody's not, they're saying something to you, change this. And as far as gay people go, I recognized boys that were a little bit more on the feminine side back in second grade, third grade. Did we recognize the fact that they may be attracted to the same sex? I don't know. But I always found them to be very friendly and very loving and open, even at a very tender young age. And perhaps that's because they understand and know rejection. So I don't know. I suppose I'm just babbling at this point. But yes, everyone should be treated the same despite race, and all those other things that we'd mentioned before. But then again, we are human. And I do want to mention, when I think back to someone that I made fun of, I never really did it to his face, more behind his back. A boy who was kind of backward, and he had the boogers in his nose, and and mouth breather, and just awkward, and why did we sit on the bus when he got on the bus and make fun of him when we were in a certain age? Because we were afraid that people would make fun of us if we befriended him or were nice to him, or we were afraid that people might look at us like we were as unusual as he. And so this is a lifelong lesson, and if I'm ever thin again for health reasons, or because I want to feel better about myself for whatever reason, great, so be it. But I just hope that one day I can get over the way that I was treated. And I'm not trying to make it into a feel sorry for me thing, because I would say, as far as emotionally, I'm probably better off now than I've ever been. And of course I've got a ways to go. But yeah. And I'm not going to go eat some carrots. I think I'm going to go have a Yahoo. So, have a good day, y'all.